good, everybody? We got 15 lucky people who were, well, that energy just wrong. Yo! Let's get everybody. We got 15 lucky people who found the rarest things and became millionaires overnight. Whew! I need to find somebody else to pay these bills because I'm tired of paying them. Let's get to the video.
The feeling of finding a quarter or a dollar bill in the ground is one thing, but to stumble upon treasures and artifacts is a whole other. Some lucky people happen to find old Austrian treasures. Others found dinosaur bones. Some of these lucky finds stand to make the—
I'm gonna tell you guys something, bro. Before we get to the video, right? How many of you guys be in a grocery store, and you seen somebody like drop a 20? One time, I was working at Walmart and somebody dropped 100. Now I needed that 100, and I feel like I needed that 100 way more than the person who dropped 100. And the hoodness in me, I stepped over it. But then, I thought like, you know what, bro, good karma gonna come back to me, and I picked it up and I gave it to the guy, and now I look at it, well, it was I think it was a guy and I think it's a girl. I look at it now, y'all, and I'm like, bro, I'm glad I did them type of deeds, bro, because I'm in a comfortable spot in life now because of those small things. But I know some people who would just sit there, that would pick it up, they'll drag that thing all the way to the end when they in the checkout line, where you put the bag where you pack them, they'll drag that $100 bill all the way to the end and pick it up. And karma didn't work out good for them. Get to the video.
The finders of fortune. Others are just a little bit creepy and scary. We'll let you judge for yourself. Welcome back to Forever Green. Today, we're going to look at some lucky people who came upon the rarest things unexpectedly. But before we begin, what is the craziest thing you've ever found unexpectedly?
Ooh.
Share it with us in the comments below.
Ooh.
Let's dive in. Number 15. Plyosaur bone.
It looked like a foot bone.
Imagine digging in your backyard and making a significant archaeological discovery. When John Lane—
Y'all know some people don't believe dinosaurs exist. Now, I never question no people about their religion, right? Some people don't believe in evolution. I understand that, But the people who don't believe in dinosaurs, when there's evidence, people think the government planted bones, man, Yeah. Put bones in the ground. So people would believe there was evolution. Trust me, on and on. Just like some people think the earth is flat. I'm telling you.
Lambert from Suffolk was fixing the fence in his backyard. He caught sight of a massive bone at the far end of his yard. Of course, curiosity piqued, and he went to check it out. He probably didn't think much of it and put it in his shed instead of calling anyone about it. Which—
Nah, see, down south, bro, I would have automatically thought that was a cow bone,
certainly sounds annoying. But what would you do if you weren't sure? But after some years of waiting, he finally took the object to the Ipswich Museum, where experts confirmed the historical significance of the bone. The experts were astounded that John didn't at all suspect that this dinosaur bone could be from a 250 million year old creature.
Man,
but
what?
That's not the end of it. As far as experts know, pliosaurs only lived in waters around Africa, Australia, and China, not Great Britain. How did the fossil come to be buried in Lambert's garden? It could have been pulled here from the northern seas with glacial clays, or a collector brought it there and just forgot about it. Pliosaurs are an extinct species of marine reptiles from the Jurassic and Cretaceous eras. They resemble crocodiles with their short necks and large heads with massive jaws. They were carnivorous and ranged anywhere from 4 to 15 meters in length. Now, there's no doubt that the T-Rex doesn't walk among us, but some cryptozoologists have speculated that these prehistoric fish are still swimming in the oceans. The oceans are dark, deep, and vast. How would we
only
find
know
out?
5% of them.
It's possible that a colony of them survived. Either way, it's an impressive find. Number 14, a hand of gold.
Man, you didn't tell her how much it was value, bro. Come on, man.
Ever heard of the Midas touch? Well, this is that, but not quite. Kevin Hillier, an Australian man living on a bus in a campground with his wife and 4 children, was on a vagabond bus trip around Australia. It started out as a fun travel adventure, but things took a turn when Kevin injured his back on the trip. As he recovered from his injury, his doctor told him to take up metal detecting, saying that the exercise would strengthen his back. And you can see where he was going. Hillier was doing just that in the Kingower State Forest in southeastern Australia in 1980, when his metal detector started buzzing like crazy. He dug about a foot down into the soil and uncovered the tip of a gold nugget. He thought it might be about 50 ounces, but as he kept digging, it just got bigger and bigger. After more than 2 hours of digging, he finally uncovered the entire thing, a hand-shaped
I can get about 100 of these, Mike.
nugget weighing almost 60 pounds. The Hillier family sold the incredible find to the Golden Nugget Casino in Las Vegas for $1 million.
I seen that thing, man. 1 million.
They used the money to buy a house in Perth, a new car, a vacation to Holland, and other goodies.
Well, you can buy a whole new bag.
Capitalize on the good luck. They also staked a gold mining claim in the area where they found their nugget, then cleared the site with a bulldozer. So, did they get rich twice? Unfortunately, nope. They found a few 20-gram nuggets, but that was it. Guess you strike gold just once. Number 13.
That's amazing,
the
bro.
Declaration of Independence. In a flea market? In 1989, a lucky collector bought a painting at a flea market in Pennsylvania for $4 for the frame. When he tried to remove the artwork, he found something sitting inside the frame. Among them was an old document between the canvas and the frame wood. It turned out to be the first printing of the Declaration of Independence, valued at $1 million. Number 12. Whale vomit.
Boy, flipped a 4 to the meal, man. A meal ticket.
Yeah. It's not the most appealing thing to find, but what if we told you that it's actually worth quite a fortune? Stick with us. Jumrus Thiashot, a 55-year-old Thai fisherman, was only making $13 a day and had very little money to his name. Then in early 2019, Jumrus was walking on the beach and found a yellow lump of something. He thought the waxy substance might be ambergris, made in the belly of a sperm whale. You only need a tiny amount of this substance to make fragrances last longer, and this was a sizable chunk, and that essentially means this chunk is floating gold for the perfume industry. Jumrus stored the lump in his shed and got back to his life. Nearly a year passed after Jumrus finally needed to know the truth, so he contacted the provincial governor, who brought an expert to the fisherman's house. The result? The substance.
Hey, that boy lean as hell, though, bro. That boy.
Was determined to be at least 80% ambergris, with an estimated value of $320,000.
For some throw up. Man. Now, I know some people out there probably seen some whales, probably got some substance and start throwing stuff in the sea right beside the whales, making them throw up. Bro, for some whale throw up, bro.
Luck is really in the
I'm one of those people,
places.
man. Look.
Number 11. Jeep found.
You still gonna live, man. I just need you to throw up for me.
If you love the sea, the waters of Andaman have a treasure trove in store for you with its blue beaches, mangrove forests, and rich sea life. Scuba diving here is an absolute must. You can see beautiful corals and colorful fish, not to mention a jeep wreck. This jeep, found underwater off the coast of Havelock Island in Andaman,
Like a
seems
Jeep
to
wrangler.
have corals growing on it and fishes moving in and out of it.
Look like
It
Duke,
looks like something
Jeep.
from the Second World War, and some little creatures seem to have made their home in it. Number 10. The Churchill Collective.
Bro, you didn't tell me how much. Like, you didn't tell me how much it is, bro. Like, what? What?
Collection.
That's weird, bro.
The most famous Brit of the 20th century is probably Prime Minister Winston Churchill, who helped lead the Allies to victory in World War II. So, if you owned a top hat that belonged to Churchill, or a box of cigars, or even a handkerchief, you would want to hold on to them. Well, apparently, someone didn't, because whoever owned these items threw them away in 2019. The appraisers were able to authenticate the collection thanks to 200 letters that were stored with the top hat and cigars. The letters weren't written by Churchill himself, but by his cook. The cook apparently used to write to her son every day about the daily goings-on of Winston Churchill, what he was getting up to, how he was feeling, and just random interesting stuff about him. The collection has an estimated value of $13,000, but its worth goes beyond money. Of course, because they provide a rare insight into Churchill's life. Number 9. Terrifying sea creature found in Cape Town. Imagine this. You're taking a lovely stroll down a beach when you spot something
Lovely, huh? Let's see what you did there. That could be the thumbnail right here.
Imagine that.
Thumbnail right here, y'all. 15 lucky people. But that's the thumbnail.
You're taking a
that's when I'm in danger of paying bills.
Something that looks
we ain't never get to that point.
/fish
I hope.
/squid hybrid. Leandra Visser found this carcass on a beach near Cape Town, South Africa, while on a vacation. She did what any of us would do. She took a picture and posted it to Facebook for some answers. It looks fake, but we assure you it's a real fish. It's a clingfish called the red rocksucker. It was shared tens of thousands of times on social media, and you could see why. Rocksuckers can actually be rather cute, with that fearsome dentition hidden behind a pair of fleshy lips. But, as is the case with almost every animal, humans included, harsh sunlight can make a supple exterior look like lobster leather on camera. Native to African waters, red rocksuckers are commonly found in tide pools from the Namibian coastline and on towards the northern reaches of South Africa's KwaZulu-Natal. When they wash up dead, the blazing sun affects their scales first. As they dehydrate, the skin begins to shrink. This continues until eventually the lips move back
like an algae
to
eater, man.
expose the jaws that once fit comfortably within them. Essentially, the fish mummifies from the outside in. The fish feed primarily on limpets, which are aquatic snails that use a powerful muscular foot to cling to rocks. But the rocksucker's impressive chompers are the perfect tools for priving the mollusks loose. Number 8.
Bro, you're not talking about how's he get rich from this, man? Like, okay, he found. Oh, no, you're not making sense. How much that value?
You can either save up for years to buy this Italian sports car, or you can hope that one is lying buried in your backyard. In 1978, two boys were exploring the backyard of their new home and started digging holes when they noticed something buried deep in the ground. As they kept digging, they were amazed to find a car buried beneath the ground. Not just any car, but a 1974 Ferrari Dino 246 GTS. Upon further investigation, it was found out that the owners of the buried car had reported it stolen 4 years ago. The owners couldn't be found, so the insurance company just sold it to the highest bidder. But that isn't the end of the story. An investigation in
that's in my yard. What you mean highest bid? That's my. I pay tax. I pay this land bill right here, man. That's my car. It came with the house as is. Stop playing with me, bro.
Revealed that the owners hid the car in an empty swimming pool themselves to get the insurance money. They disappeared once they got the money, and the car stayed there for 4 years until the boys found it. Number 7. Disney memorabilia in California. If you're a fan of the show Storage Wars, you know the excitement that comes with unlocking a unit and eagerly peeking inside. The place is full of possibilities. More often than not, it might just be garbage, but sometimes you find some gems. Like one in 2011, a staggering 40,000-piece collection of movie and TV memorabilia was discovered in an abandoned storage locker in California. The previous owners of the collection were industry executives and had gathered a treasure trove of
Hollywood memorabilia
over several years. But when the rent in their storage unit fell into arrears, they abandoned the contents of the locker and sent it into auction. At the auction, 2 lucky hunters bagged the find. Inside, they found movie memorabilia, props, costumes, posters, scripts, and even Disney and Bollywood movie production items, thousands of Disney animation production cells, some original Tim Burton
I know y'all seen this.
production items, thousands of Disney
hey,
animation production
might be some Charizards in there, man. PSA 9s and 10s.
cells, some original Tim Burton art, unreleased publicity photos, and many autographed theatrical posters. A collection like this is likely to sell for tens of millions of dollars, but that is only if they plan to sell it. I personally wouldn't be able to part with any of it. Number 6. Pink grasshopper.
What?
You heard that right. And no, the pink grasshopper is not a cocktail. It's very much a real animal. Pink grasshoppers are the result of a genetic mutation called etherism, which affects a recessive gene similar to the one that causes albinism. One family from Austin, Texas, learned that this weekend when 3-year-old Brooks Barger found one in his Oak Hill garden. Brooks loved bugs, so he spent a lot of time talking sweetly to the grasshopper. It wasn't until his mother Googled it that they found out how rare a pink grasshopper was. Jared Alley, an entomologist at the University of Delaware, said that pink grasshoppers are commonly believed to be a recessive trait, hence its infrequency in the wild.
How much money, man? If I take it to one of these scientists, man, how much money I'm getting back, man? Cutting that, man, I might squash him, man. Come on, man.
Some experts, however, think that it was once a dominant trait that was largely eradicated because these grasshoppers' pink hue makes them easier for predators to spot.
It does.
Pink individuals naturally have a more challenging time because they live in a green world. So, why do they exist at all? Well, they may have come to exist due to an environment in which being pink was beneficial. Fields filled with red and pink tones, for example, or common predators who were averse to pink grasshoppers because another pink organism tasted bad. A phenomenon called betaism mimicry. After some well-deserved admiration, the grasshopper was returned to the garden.
Man, as soon as you drop that thing back out, man, bird or lizard can't, or one of my praying mantis probably just. That boy ate that pink thing like. Bro, that thing gone, man.
Number 5, $3.5 million chunk of quartz in Arkansas. What if you worked in a mine and uncovered an 8-foot block of crystals worth $3.5 million? This chunk of quartz was discovered in the Ron Coleman mine in Jesseville, Arkansas. It took 4 days of excavation to finally extract the massive block. The area is known to have a 170-mile-long quartz vein running through it, so it wasn't such a surprise when the miners found it. Crews blasted the area until they found the vein and then used hand tools to dig out the 2,000-pound chunk that machines lifted out of the mine. The crystal cluster is one of the most impressive pieces to come out of the quarry since people started digging before World War II, in part to retrieve crystals used in early radios. The latest find is second in size to only a 9-foot, 3,000-pound circular formation that was found in the mine just a year or two before. You could find the larger piece on display at various trade shows in Arizona, but the other one remains in Jesseville until it can be sold. Number 4, message in a bottle. It's only natural to want to throw a bottle with a message into the ocean when you're walking on the beach. Some people have done it, and the oldest message in a bottle was found in Western Australia in 2018. Tanya Illman from Perth picked up the bottle while walking on a remote beach in West Australia. She had no idea what it was until she took it home and dried it in the oven. Experts later confirmed that it is an authentic message from a German ship. The note in the bottle was dated 12 June 1886. It was jettisoned from the German ship Paula as part of an experiment into ocean and shipping routes by the German Naval Observatory. The note instructed that when it was found, the finders must contact the German consulate. Bit late for that now, I think.
How much money I got for turning this thing in, bro? What? Eye for eye, man. You know, I'm about to give you this bottle so you can give me a free drink, man. Look, bro, how much money I'm getting back for this thing to be hanging in your museum?
Number 3, $10 million in gold coins.
Woo!
Ever wanted to be part of the Pirates of the Caribbean universe? The costumes, the weapons, and all the gold treasure. Well, a couple from California is at least one step closer to that dream. Nothing says pirates treasure like $10 million in gold coins. The dream of discovering buried treasure came true for this California couple when they were walking their dog. They stumbled upon a literal pot of gold. Called the Saddle Ridge Hoard, this pot contained 1,411 gold coins, minted between 1847 and 1984, making its total estimate $10 million. The discovery was apparently made on a path they had used for years. They spotted the side of a rusted can barely emerging from a hillside, and they dug it out with a stick and carried it home. Subsequent
crazy.
trips to the site turned up several more treasure-filled cans. Maybe getting off the couch and going for a walk is good sometimes. Understandably, the couple doesn't want their name out in the papers. You're never too far from relatives and friends who want a favor after all. It is now time to check out.
For real. Trust me. I get that now. My people.
Today's subscriber pick.
All of a sudden, everybody lay on their bills. All of a sudden, you're about to get evicted. All of a sudden, huh? Huh? What if I never was on YouTube, man? Them bills been paid, huh? I got love for my family, you know? But just let you guys know when success, that's going to happen, you know? You gotta break bread with the fam, though, bro, you know? But sheesh. Sometimes you break so much bread, you breaking your back, man. Like, and then they hit you to the line, like, they be like this right here. The family be like, yeah, man, I'll pay you right back after the next paycheck. Birthday passed, not even a happy birthday. True story. My people.
Remember, if you ever come across some bizarre or fascinating images, you can send it to us and we'll investigate. Today's picture was sent to us by a subscriber who found this glass ball in Hawaii. We searched the internet far and wide for something similar. Take a look at what we found. Number 2. A glass ball. A couple walking on a beach found these extraordinary things in the sand. A glass ball that had become the home of a small marine ecosystem. There is speculation, however, that these glass balls are an art project. The man doesn't sell it, he just makes it and hides it all around the world for people to find. Before we take a look at the next one, we've got a quick challenge for you that will take you just 5 seconds. Go ahead and subscribe to the Forever Green channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and you'll get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It works. Done that? Great. Number 1. Action Comics 1. Action Comics 1 was the debut of Superman and is renowned as the most expensive comic book of all time, for obvious reasons.
Right.
There are only about 100 copies of this edition in existence, and one of those belongs to Nicolas Cage. Well, it belonged to him until it was stolen from his home in Los Angeles in 2000. Cage bought the comic for $150,000 in 1997 and thought it was lost forever before a lucky person found the comic in an abandoned storage locker in Southern California. Cage decided to sell it anyway and got $2.16 million as a result. So, if you have bought any new comics lately, we highly suggest holding onto them tight and keeping them in excellent condition. You could earn a...
How much commission I get for letting you know that thing in the stores, man?
lifetime's worth of money.
Can I get at least about 25% of that $2 million?
He's selling that one day. And that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't...
Hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. I like videos like this right here. Leave down in the comments what you guys think about it. We out here. Goodbye!